welcome everybody. Boom! 4-0 Arsenal over AFC Bournemouth. AFC dead food. They are awful. They are garbage.
Pretty bad.
We know what that was. That was another day at the office for Arsenal. That is exactly what we expect. Honestly, if I'm going to give my honest opinion right out of the bat, we probably should have won 6-0. There were chances that we didn't finish that we should have won, and we just didn't. Emil Smith Rowe with two really, really good chances he couldn't bury. Jesus with a nailed on chance at the end of the match he couldn't bury. But it's one of those things where I'm not going to I'm not going to undersell a win. A win away, no matter who it is a good thing, right? What do you think, Dow? Big up, Dow. What a show yesterday for the American Idiot Show as well. We're cooking over here. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Unfortunately, I had to get up at 6:45 in the morning to start watching the game, but that's life. That's what we do as Arsenal fans, right? We get up to watch games like this. But I'm not really gassed. 4-0, that's my standard. I expected nothing less. I think I put 1-0 in our predictions. I don't care. I'll take a 4-0 any day. But again, we weren't clinical. It could have been 6-0, TJ. I just want to, we're lacking a little sharpness. But I'm happy with 4-0, and you can only play who's in front of you. I know it's Bournemouth, but we just saw what happened with City today with Wolves. Let's not underestimate some of these lower-level teams just yet. It's still week 7, I think, right?
No, it's 8.
Week 8, yeah, thank you. 2 months, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
so week 8, I mean, come on, guys. We're still like just into maybe not even a third of the season yet. So let's not turn away looking at Wolves and Bournemouth and Everton and even Luton as being a challenge for us this season away, right? Or even at home. So I'm excited for today's win. I'm not super gassed about it as much as our Spurs friends were last Sunday about their infamous draw. But
you mean their win 2-2 at the Emirates?
Yeah, right, exactly. So I'm not pulling out the stagecoach and the buses and all the pom-poms and fireworks just yet, TJ, for a 4-0 away win. But I'm glad Arteta got the lineup somewhat right, especially the back four. Once I saw the back four, I was pretty confident we were going to do well because I was worried about injuries. We're all worried about injuries, and it looks like they weren't as bad as they seem. We had the lineup was there, obviously, in Nketiah and Havertz being the weak links, and we'll get into that. But other than that, man, 4-0 training match, like our man Acer says. Win the dog probably, took a piss on the Bournemouth ground, and that was that. So we move on to City, man. City next weekend. This will be peak, so I'm excited for it. And by the way, great watch along today, TJ, with Wolfgang and of course our man Tony Claude. Great show today. A lot of energy. A lot of people watching. I think I saw at one time 12 or 13 people in. So that's Tony Claude's channel. He's doing great things. He's actually got guys out at the Emirates and at Amex Stadium, I think is Bournemouth's name, right?
Vitality Stadium.
Vitality, thank you. I get some of those mixed up.
No, that's all good.
But Tony Claude has people out on the ground, TJ, with a microphone talking to Arsenal fans. So big up Tony for doing that. And big up everyone in the chat. I see a lot of familiar names. I see hello, my wife from Lisbon. She made it. Big up Mrs. Gooney. Anyway,
Mrs. Gooney, big up Mrs. Gooney.
Big up Mrs. Gooney. And so Carl Rossi, if you're watching, please don't stalk her. She's my wife. Just kidding. I don't think Carl's in the chat. Anyway, let's get into it, TJ. Great game today.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's say hello to the rest of the viewers. We got Drew Gunner inside. We got Daniel inside. The resident Doncaster Rovers fan. He's all over the place, man. He's absolutely cooking right now. He's over on Sarcasm City TV with us, hanging out with us in the chat. So big up Daniel every single time. Acers in the chat. Big up Acers. We got Minerals FC inside. Wrongins in the mud. Silky Generational German landed the Minerals. Kai Baby Odegaard landed the Minerals. I think we are going to get into that. We're going to get into
the Minerals dropped today. The Minerals dropped.
Yeah, the Minerals were dropped. And we got Gooner Forever inside. Yeah. The only thing Havertz did himself in that game was get booked. Hey, he scored the penalty. He scored the penalty. Got to give it. Got to give it to him. He actually did score a goal, not an open play. Great win for us. Yeah, no, it was a great win for us, Mama Flossie. Like that's what we expect. And the reason I was so negative yesterday on the American Idiot Show is because I thought we were carrying a ton of injuries, but it was essentially, sub in Kai Havertz for Fabio Vieira. It was the same lineup that we played against Spurs. So, the Declan Rice injury rumors weren't true. Obviously, Bukayo Saka rumors were true, and they still put him out there. And we'll get into that. Actually, you know what? Let's get into that right now.
Sure.
Bukayo Saka should not have played that match. I really don't think he should have. I don't think we necessarily needed him to beat them. And he was already limping. I feel like he was limping when he was walking out onto the pitch to start the match. Like he does not look fit whatsoever. Right place, right time with the goal. Big him up, obviously. But man, I am not feeling good about where Bukayo Saka is right now. And hopefully he's not done for an extended period of time, especially when we have Champions League matches coming up and we have big Man City coming up. And Man City are going to be pissed after dropping points today.
They're going to be out for blood next week, TJ. You're absolutely right, 100,000%. This was a perfect game for Reece Nelson to slot right in on the right side. Perfect game for Reece Nelson. Perfect game for ESR to play on the right side. We know he can play there as well. So, yeah, with regards to Saka, he's been carrying a limp since the middle of last season, and it hasn't been addressed, and Arteta doesn't seem to care too much about it, does he? I mean, pushing this kid to the edge right now. I mean, you're 100% right again. There was no reason for him to play in this game. That was a training match out there today, and we all kind of knew that, but from our form recently, as you know, TJ, it's like there was no guarantees we were going to go in there and get a win today based on what we've seen and based on what we thought our injury record was. So with regards to all that, this was not a game Saka was needed. And I completely agree with that. In fact, I don't think he's needed against Lens coming up next in the midweek, but he absolutely needs to be available for City, right? But at the same time, we know City's going to mark him out. So how effective is he really going to be against City? And we can kind of foresee this because we know that's what's going to happen. We know City can isolate him. We know City can get him passing the ball backwards, passing it laterally, and not, attacking the 18-yard box. So I don't know. I think that was a mistake on Arteta's part today, and he'll get a wrath of that in the ratings later. But yeah, I agree. This was a game Saka could have taken a breather for sure.
No, 100%. And yeah, Drew Gunner says, I don't think Saka looked right today, TJ. He didn't. He's carrying an injury. I mean, and even an injured Bukayo Saka is still average. Like, I want to see this kid absolutely cook, but he's not going to do that on a bum ankle. He's not going to do it. And it's one of those things where a healthy Reece Nelson playing on the right is better than an injured Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's all it needs to come down to. I don't want to see him I don't want to see him against RC Lens. I don't want to see him. Don't even put him on the bench. Rest him. He's not needed. Leave him in London, and so we can go to France, pattern those guys up, and come back. Like those guys are like 13th in the French league right now. They're garbage. We should be able to go out there with our B team and put in a performance. So yeah, especially with Declan Rice. You got Declan Rice out there. He's looking good. He had I thought he had a good game today. Didn't really put a foot wrong. Didn't really do much. But we'll get into later.
But I got a quick point. We can play the Sacco kid. Who did we play on the right the other day?
Yeah, Sago Jr.
Sago Jr. We could easily slot him in again for Saka against Lens. I think that would give the kid even more confidence because we may need him this season. Right? We may need 2 or 3 of our reserves this season. So let's not forget about that. Keep that in mind that we're still in week 8. We still got a lot of games to play. If we make it through Champions League, guys, we're looking at 65 games this season. If we make it through the knockout stage, right? That's group, knockout stage, quarterfinals, etc. I don't think we're going to get that far, but we'll see. Right? The future is left to be told, but we may need some reserves. And if Lens is a perfect time for this kid again to get some time in and give Saka a rest.
No, I agree with you 100%. Big up everybody inside. We got 17 inside. Make sure that you are smashing likes up, subbing to TJ Warren TV, subbing to Oregon Goon on YouTube as well. Yeah, get your questions in, get your thoughts about the game in. I want to talk about Kai Havertz next.
Okay.
I think, and then actually, you know what? I want to know your thoughts first, Dal.
My thoughts first.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
you go first.
I'm gonna give him a 5 today. He was average, but I think the penalty's gonna help. I mean, I know people will give him a 4, 3, 2, maybe even a 1 and a 0. He's still a passenger, unfortunately. But today was better. But again, it's Bournemouth. They give you acres of space on the ball. They can't man mark. I mean, they're defensively a shambles. So what am I really comparing him to, right? I mean, if he starts against City, we're probably going to see the real Shai Havertz, right? He's going to go into his shell. He's going to run around and mark his own players and do a bunch of silly crap. But today, I'm going to, he was good. And I think the penalty will give him some confidence to put more in the back of the net. But I'm still not convinced. I mean.
Yeah, charity penalty is all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced at all. There's still no forward passing from him. Whenever he gets the ball, he immediately turns around, holds the ball, and passes either behind him or to the side. There's no advancement of the ball, which is so frustrating for me. I mean, I thought he was average. And by average, I mean he didn't he didn't do anything right and he didn't do anything wrong. He's a
Jorginho or something.
Ghost out there. Yeah. So I mean, the same like a Jorginho could do the same thing. Rice playing in that position could do the same thing or better. Right. Vieira, like it doesn't matter what you're putting in that position. We really don't have anybody that is shining in that position. This is why we need Thomas Partey back. This is why we need another midfielder that can be a light. And obviously, Martin Odegaard today cooked. Odegaard today absolutely cooked.
Because he had acres of space to move, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, we've said this before. If you're physical and get up on Odegaard, he's not going to do what he did today. Unfortunately, big up, Carl.
Big up, Carl. But yeah, no, exactly. And how do you get that much space and you can't do anything with it from a Kai Havertz perspective, man? Like you were supposed to be a Premier League, like a high level Premier League center mid, and you are fucking awful.
Like high level.
High level. You are playing for big Arsenal. And he's gotten two chances. He's gotten 2 chances in the Premier League. And it's like actually, this is perfect. This is exactly how I feel.
Big up Jaminho.
No, big up Jaminho. No, this is absolutely. There is nothing inspiring about this guy. Nothing. So and now it's a feel good story, and now you're gonna hear about this all fucking week. Is you're gonna be like, oh well, he finally got his goal. There's a charity. It was charity.
Right, but charity. I mean. If you go back and look at a lot of, I would say, even other clubs, that happens a lot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that happens a lot, and it kind of says a lot about maybe Saka and Odegaard to give them the chance because I think the players themselves want him to get better. Yes, exactly. Right. I think and they're deep down inside. I want him to get better too because the money's been spent. The kid's here. He's got the shirt. He's obviously getting game time. So I want to back him, but it's like I want him to produce something, like you said. Like he knows how to play a through ball. He knows how to shoot from distance. He knows how to pass forward. Why he doesn't do it, that's a whole nother story. That was a good shield. Yeah, true. So, I mean, why he's not doing this, I don't think, as Arteta, is something that Arteta can necessarily fix. Like all those things you said Vieira can do, Rice, etc. Kai Havertz can do too, but why does he do it so badly? Why is the football 101 so bad? It's the basic stuff.
Yeah, and all I keep hearing is
so concerning is the basic stuff that everybody else can do and he can't. Why is he getting so much time?
Yeah, no, I don't. And that's the thing is like they keep saying, "Oh, well, TJ, there's a player in there. TJ, there's a player in there. Watch what he does off the ball." Like if there's a player in there, we need to hire somebody to go and find it because, good Lord, bounty hunter. Freaking fire Boba Fett to go find the player. That's all I'm going to say. Because this guy is absolutely average or below.
Yeah, for sure. And we keep big upping Fabio Vieira, but then we're comparing him to Kai Havertz. So you're comparing, sewage to waste.
Yeah, exactly.
To the stage of waste before it becomes sewage, I guess. And I don't think Fabio Vieira is good enough for Arsenal. Obviously, Nketiah, Havertz, and Vieira are the three. If I'm Arteta, I'm getting them out as soon as possible because there's players available, the money's available, where we can strengthen in those areas. Big up, Andy.
Yeah,
but but the thing is, he didn't do a Jorginho today.
Yeah,
and I'm just waiting for that Jorginho moment with Havertz because then I think Arteta will realize, okay, this was a big mistake, and it's going to take, I think, a Jorginho moment for that to happen.
And I thought that
moment's coming.
I thought the mistake at Man United would have been enough. You know what I mean?
I thought
it would have been enough.
He just missed a goal, a huge goal. But I mean, how many balls come across the face of the goal all the time?
I'm talking about when he passed back, when he passed Rashford in. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
See, there's so many I forget. Yeah, that one.
Exactly.
Okay. I thought the one he was through on goal.
Well, that too.
Yeah. So they all add up, TJ, don't they? Kind of multiply like bunnies. But no, I get it. I want him out. Don't get me wrong. I'm trying to defend. I'm trying to just analyze from what he did today. You're right. The Rashford thing was a complete cock up. He should have been benched the rest of the season for that. But he's not going to be. I'm still a realist. He's not going to be. Like, all the stuff we want Kai Havertz out. It's not going to happen. We have $65 million invested in him. Damn it, he did good at Bournemouth, so he should stay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the top Gooners reaction. I just want more progress. At this point, it's not even goals. I just want to see him actually be creative a bit in the final third, like what you're wanting as well. So the goals are secondary to me when it comes to Kai Havertz. I don't expect him to start banging them in front of everybody. I never expect that.
He's never been that player, and the people that are expecting him to be that player, are, I'm not going to call them deluded, but I'm gonna say they probably need to educate themselves. I just want to see goals and goals contributions. That's what you're supposed to.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting him to go out there and score 15 goals a season.
Right.
He's not that player.
He's supposed to be contributing though, right? As a mid, he's supposed to be contributing to the build-up and the through balls to get the strikers in the box, and he's not doing that.
Yeah. No, exactly right. Hendon Gunnar, stop deluding yourselves. Havertz was utter tripe. It was unfortunate that we played a Bournemouth penalty. Was the only ball he hit in the forward direction. No, I'm agreeing with you, Hendon, but I'm also not going to go off the rails and say, oh, he was the fucking worst player on the pitch. I don't think he was. It's just one of those things where he's hiding. He's a passenger. He didn't do anything right. He didn't do anything wrong. Like it's average. And when you're trying to get into an Arsenal starting 11 that is supposed to be challenging for the title, you cannot be a passenger. Everybody in the starting 11 needs to contribute, and we're not seeing it from this guy. Yeah. We're not. We're not.
We're on the same page, Hendon. I just think that a penalty given today, which was complete, charity, which I agree, but he still put it in the back of the net. You've played football, I'm sure, Hendon. You've taken a penalty, I'm sure, Hendon. Mm-hmm. Maybe in a tight game. This wasn't a tight game, obviously, but I don't know. I just want to give the kid a 5 today because if you can't up him a little bit against Bournemouth, maybe he's a complete lost cause. And I think he's pretty much down the drain. But maybe today's something, I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to find glitter in a rainbow or, I don't know. He's still not good enough as far as I'm concerned.
No, and I disagree, and this is okay that we can disagree about this, guys. I thought Eddie Nketiah was our worst player on the pitch, but far and away.
Yeah,
he does not produce. He's awful. He's awful in the box. He can't finish. Like that. Like I think that Kai was close to our worst player on the pitch, but it was easily Eddie Nketiah. This guy can't. This guy is not the levels. This guy's not the levels. It's okay. It's okay that we disagree on this one. Big up here to there. Big up Hendon Gunnar. But Jesus. This guy is awful. Like we need to get healthy, and we need to get healthy quick because every time we have to see freaking Jesus on the left because we have Martinelli out and we have Trossard injured, like we are going to continue to see this guy lead the line, and he is fucking awful. He is fucking awful.
Yeah, he's terrible, bro. Yeah, he was to me worse on the pitch. And like I said, I only have upped Havertz a bit today because he didn't pull a Jorginho. I see your comment. Yeah,
I
definitely.
see it, and I see it, bro.
We're all on the same page. And I think, just there's I don't know what Arteta keeps seeing in him. When Vieira was available today, ESR is available. I mean, you see the speed of which ESR moves with the ball up the pitch. Maybe he's not doing it right now, but we've had several, if not many, glimpses of him doing that. So we know what he's capable of, and that capability outweighs what Havertz can bring to the table completely. I
100.
don't know what ESR has to do as a number 10. A number 10, TJ, on the back of his shirt. Like the number you have to always have on the pitch.
Yep.
10, 7, 9, 11, 6, 3, 4. It goes on and on. Those numbers are staples in, as you guys, everyone knows here in world football. You don't give a guy a number 10 and sit him on the bench. It's bizarre.
It's
weird.
bizarre.
Why didn't they change his number this season?
I don't know.
They might as well give him 100 because that's how many minutes he's going to get all season. Yeah, it's starting to look that way. I mean, you're putting him on with 10 minutes left in Bournemouth, but you're starting Kai Havertz.
Yeah.
And that's where the rating for Arteta just falls and falls and falls.
No, I agree with you 100%. And here's the thing. ESR did more in those 10 minutes than Havertz did all game.
We've seen that 2 or 3
all
times
game.
now.
Twice. I mean, and I didn't think ESR did very well against Brentford. I really don't. But that's the level that we're talking about here, is that he didn't do well, and he still looked better than Kai Havertz. He still did. Like, look, and I'm not out here with an agenda. The only agenda that I have is watching Arsenal win matches. And if people are not contributing to that, I'm going to call them out. ESR, like, I was disappointed because ESR was cooking. He just couldn't bury one. And he was frustrated. He was frustrated, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him for being frustrated because he needs those goals to say, hey, Mikel, I exist here, and I need to be given my chances. And if he's not scoring, he can't necessarily do that. So
if ESR has any brass balls at all, he would go into Arteta's office and say, "Here's the thing, Gaffer. I'm a Hale End kid. You kept me in the squad. You gave me the number 10. Where are my minutes?" That's all he needs to say. And then Arteta's going to give him some bullshit answer, as we know, and try and coddle him and pretend everything's okay. And then, we're going to play Luton sometime, and he's going to get in with 6 or 7 minutes left.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just let the kid go or play him. And that's the thing. We've all talked about ESR for years now. Like, oh, well, this is the season, or we should let him go. Or no, this is the season, or we should let him go. Like, we never decide. Is this the one we let him go, or do we keep him? And so far, we're keeping him again the number 10. And, I mean, I expect him to play. He's better than Vieira. He's better than Havertz. I don't know. This was a perfect game set up for him as well. Reece Nelson, ESR, if they were in the lineup, I would have had no problem with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Drew says, I can't bring myself to laugh at Man City. They took us to school last season. They pressured us into bottling the league. Look, we bottled the league. I don't think Man City pressured us to do anything. They took us to school. Yeah. But again, I'm so tired of doing autopsies of last season. We need to talk about this season. We're still not in the form where we're challenging. Like, I'm not saying that we're challenging for a title. I think that Liverpool are in that form currently. But again, we're 8 weeks in and we're talking about this. We're 8 weeks in. Right. I'm just glad to see Man City drop some points. Oh, they are human. Like, literally, that's it. That's all. I'm not out here celebrating Man City losing, because in the end, it's a week 8 loss.
Brent, it's not. They didn't drop points, TJ. They lost 3 points. I mean, it's not like they drew, right? I mean, to me, when you lose points, is a drop. But when you lose, that's a loss. Right? You see what I'm saying? So anyway, that's just my own hang up, right? Of course, they lost points in the long run, but you're absolutely right. This, games that City are drawing, losing, we have to be winning, though. That's the other side of the coin. So that's why today was a very good example of what we want to see for the rest of the season, but we obviously know that's not going to happen because City are going to continue to win. But this does tighten the gap. And again, you can only play who's in front of you, man. I mean,
Exactly.
you know, well, it was a 4-win. It was a great 4-0 win. It was a training session today because number one, Odegaard had acres of space to move. He had acres of space to move the ball, move himself. He was fantastic today. But again, against a team that can't man mark, they can't set up a zone. They don't know what formation defensively to stay in. You know, they look like a team with 43 formations today and not us, you know. But fair enough, it's Bournemouth. You know, it looks like they got a decent manager in there. They got, you know, a little bit of Spanish in there. I know him and Arteta, I think, or go back to playing days together, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a picture of him and Arteta have been buds since they were young kids. So, you know, big up Bournemouth. They didn't put up much of a fight. They gave us 3 points, and you know, I didn't expect. The thing is that none of us as Arsenal fans expected anything less, and that's good. That means that we keep the standards high. I expected 4-0 today.
Right, and I expected 4-0 after we saw the lineup. The only reason I went 1-0 yesterday during the American Idiot show is because I thought we were going to be carrying a bunch of injuries. But yeah, Bournemouth are dead. They are in trouble in terms of staying up.
So. Yeah, and I was worried too about the hangover from the Tottenham game because we know, again, I don't want to dissect last season, but we know how Arsenal is, right? We get a draw or loss. Sometimes that carries, you know, a couple games, right? We lose momentum, we lose our confidence, and all of a sudden we get, you know, start shaking in our boots because we see, oh crap, you know, West Ham or Everton coming up away, and we're like, well, we can't get anything out of there, you know. And I'm still in that mindset. I still think that the goals in open play needs to happen. Like today,
we need more of them,
right? Yeah, I mean, we need to be tiki-taka, put the ball in the back of that. Tiki-taka, put the ball in the back of that. And get a 3-0, you know, a solid 2 or 3-0 lead against some of these teams at halftime, and then go in the second half, take it down a gear, but still press, and then get that fourth goal, right?
Yeah.
And shut teams out. And today we smelt blood and we went for it, which I think in hindsight against Tottenham, we should have done that. You know, we should have gotten those goals, smelt blood, and especially should have done that against Brentford the other day. You know, once you get those goals, like even Sir Alex Ferguson used to tell the class of 92, the Beckham, Giggs, Neville, Scholes, that era, you score goals, you don't stop. You hammer the nail all the way down until the coffin is done, right? Don't sit back on 1-0. Well, don't sit back on 2-0. That's even worse, right? In some cases. It's just once we get that goal, we have to smell blood, and we did that okay today. But it's still we're not moving the ball quick enough, fast enough, and creating more goal scoring opportunities. And then when those opportunities come, we have to be clinical and bury them, which we didn't do against Brentford or Tottenham. But we did today. 2 pens, training match. We move on.
All right, I agree 100%. Sorry, I got a text there. Okay. You want to get into match ratings? Let's get into player ratings here today. Everybody, you know how it works. Put in your ratings in the chat. We will continue to interact with the chat. Big up all 9 people that are watching. Obviously, we know that everybody and their mother is streaming right now. Thank you so much for tuning in to TJ Warren TV as we react to the Arsenal 4-0 win over Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium. Let's go ahead and start with David Raya.
8.9 clean sheet. Looked absolutely fantastic today.
Yeah.
Some of his distribution is, I'm going to say it, I'm going to get on the David Raya bandwagon. I think I am. I know I love Ramsdale. I think Ramsdale, again, it was a man of a match 8 or 9 times last season, 4 or 5 times the season before. So Ramsdale's my guy, but he cannot distribute the ball as well as Raya. There was a kick he made, or maybe he threw it out. Bro, it went right to Declan Rice, and we were right up the pitch like that, like in instant. And then it's Bournemouth, I know, but still. Clean sheet, I'm going to give him a 9 because I'm starting to buy into the hype. I see what people have been talking about.
I agree. I'm not as excited. I don't think he was challenged enough for me to give a 9 because I want to give a 9. I want to give a 9 and I want to give a 10 today.
Okay, I'll go 8.
Yeah, I'm going 8. I'm going 8.
I'll go 8. I'll go 8 because you're right. I got a 9 and a 10 too. So
you don't need to worry. You don't need to worry when he's in net. Like he's a calming presence. and he's talking to the back line. Like Ramsdale did that last season. He kind of stopped. Tony made that point, and he was right.
Yeah.
Tony Claude made that point to say, hey man, like he's calm and he's yelling at people. Ramsdale isn't really coaching from the back line and coaching the back line.
Better. His distribution just looks better all the way around.
Yep. Danny wants him to get a 9. Danny, all right, that's fine. That's fair. You know, I'm not influencing anybody. I'm not influencing anybody. I'm good. I'm good. All right. Zinchenko.
He was fantastic today.
Yeah, he was. He was very good.
He was absolutely fantastic today. I'm going to give him but I still think we're still fragile defensively when he moves so far up the pitch. I think at times he went a bit far, but he produced something. So I'm going to give him a 7.5 today.
Oh, you're reading my mind. Yeah, I'm going 7.5 too. I thought Zinchenko was very good. He's very good at moving the ball up the pitch in the midfield. He's not where he's not getting challenged defensively. So that's why I'm still worried. That's why I'm still worried about like the Man City. Is like if we play this formation against Man City, we could get cut open. So it's one of those things where I thought he didn't put a foot wrong defensively because he wasn't challenged. Right. So, but he's doing a very good job of moving the ball up the pitch to the midfield, inverting. So again, like the strategy works against teams like Bournemouth who don't have a midfield. So, 7. I'm going 7.5 for Zinchenko.
Yeah, he was also one of the bigger communicators out there today. I could hear him actually off the TV yelling and giving directions, and he was in the zone today. So yeah, big up Zinny.
Yeah. All right, and Danny, you better not be telling me fucking Tottenham scored. Hold on, I gotta check that. If that's the case, man, like I'm just. Come on, Liverpool, really?
They're
okay. No, it's still showing us tied. Keep us posted on that. Keep us posted on that. Good
Lord.
No
fake scores, please, but keep us posted.
Yeah, Aston Villa, man, holy shit.
Yeah, that was dumb. Oh my god, yeah.
Oh my god.
Brighton are not that good in the back, bro. They got a good midfield and good attacking, and they can move the ball well, but they are not that good defensively.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Ooh. Well, it could be worse. They could be Man United. Okay, let's keep moving on. Keep moving on.
Keep going.
Gabriel Magalhaes.
8.
8. Why do you give him an 8?
Because he was solid today. Played well, communicated well. I mean, he did what he had to do.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Gabriel, I'm going to give him an 8 as well. Looked very, very good, very solid. You don't need to worry about him.
He's not injured. He's not going to Saudi Arabia. He's not going to Juventus. He's not going to Real Madrid. Well, maybe next season. but this season we were very concerned when he didn't start the first 2 games, right? We're like, what is Arteta doing, playing Thomas Partey at right back and leaving out Gabriel? And look at how bad we were those first 2 games. I mean, we've improved already a bit. I'm not going to say drastically, of course, but we've improved a bit, obviously, with Gabriel. It's a great center back pairing, one of the best in the league. So I don't know why we keep messing with that.
No, I agree with you 100%. I give Gabriel an 8. Let's just move right to Saliba then. What do you think?
Well,
yeah, I think that out of the 2, I thought Gabriel was a little bit more solid today. But give me a break. The Rolls Royce. He had a first. I believe it was in the first 15 minutes. He had a really good slide tackle in. The Bournemouth thought it was a penalty. Got all ball. It was one of the few times that Bournemouth actually had a chance. And Saliba was in there making it work. So yeah, no, I give Saliba an 8. But not as strong of an 8 as we give to Gabriel. Drew Gunner says Saliba 8. Hendon says 7.5. I actually, I agree with where you're coming from. Bear in mind, Saliba carrying a knock. Again, you're right. Yeah, we shouldn't rate Gabriel and Saliba. They're too good. I agree, Sir Bocci. I agree.
Bocci in the building.
Big up. Good to see you, Sir Bocci. Again, Barchi. How do you say that? Anyway, Barchi. Big up. All right. Let's move on to Benjamin White. Oh, cooked. He cooked today. He was awesome.
9.
9.
And he got a goal.
What a goal. What a header. What a player.
9. He
9.
was fantastic today.
Yep. And he was moving the ball up the pitch like he was his overlap, man. It is
Perfect.
so
His
good.
crosses.
Yeah.
He was all over today. So I'm gonna give him a 9.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him a 9 too. What a player. Like, yeah. You can go on and on and on. He is an offensive threat too, which teams need to look out for, because when Saka cuts in, you always see White overlapping. Like it's so good.
Yeah,
I
getting
agree.
close to him, right? I mean,
Yep.
he's getting better at reading Saka, kind of figuring out and forecasting, predicting where Saka's going to go.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like you're right, if he sees Saka going really fast left, he'll go right around him, right? Just get on his boosters and go right around him. But sometimes he'll run and stop, and he'll be diagonal behind Saka, which gives him that outlet when he's trying to cut in the box and he doesn't have anywhere to go, and Odegaard's out of place. Ben White can drop back for that diagonal ball, right? So he's not so far wrapped around where he's almost off sides. So he was phenomenal today, bro. He's got to be one of the better right backs in the league for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Top 10 for sure. I don't know about top 5. I know Kyle Walker's up there, and the guy at Liverpool, but he's pretty damn good, bro. He's better than Tottenham's right back, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm here's where I'm saying, like, he didn't do well in the Spurs match, in my opinion, but he came back today, right, like in a huge way. Obviously, it's Bournemouth. You got to consider the competition, but again, like we always say, you can only play who's in front of you. And today, he was absolutely incredible. I'm going 9.
Performed, and we got the 3 points. The London Derby, TJ's an iffy one. Like, it can really go one way or the other. Some players are going to be, really bad or really good. I think with the Derby, like going back to Sunday, we all saw everyone was really, really average. Everyone on our squad was really average across the board. So, let's just hope Ben White stays injury free and continues to just communicate with Saka, communicate with Odegaard, because I think he can provide some goals. If we can get 6-7 goals out of Ben White this season, important goals,
it's going to be more than Eddie and Kedia gets.
What's that?
It's going to get more than Eddie and Kedia gets.
It's going to get more than Eddie and Kedia and Havertz together, and Vieira. So I know it's pathetic to say, but let's give Ben White his props. Again, Bournemouth, but he will get better. This will hopefully, like you said, look back at the Tottenham game, improve today from what he saw. He looked. Did he play against Brentford? I think he looked all right against Brentford too.
Yeah, he was fine.
Wasn't too bad against Brentford. So yeah, big up Ben White. I give him a 9 today. He was one of his better performances.
Yeah, 100%. All right, we're moving into the midfield. Kai Havertz.
4.5.
Yeah,
I only say that because he got the charity penalty and he didn't do a Jorginho. And like you said before, he didn't really do anything bad, anything good. I gave him a 5 earlier, but my man Hendon talked me down to a 4.5. Big up Hendon.
Big up Hendon Gunner, every single time. Yeah, he's just such a passenger out there. I'll give him a 5. I'll give him a 5. He's average. I'm giving him 5. Declan Rice.
I think you had a point. He was good today, but he didn't have much to do.
Yeah,
I'll give him an 8.
Yeah, I'll give him a 7. Like he was not. He didn't really stick out. Like I can't give him an 8 when I was like giving when I'm giving Gabriel and Saliba an 8. Like you can definitely see the differences in performances. Obviously, I know they're different positions and all that, but I still think he was a 7. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't necessarily impact the game either, because again, he didn't really need to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The way to look at it too is that he also contributed to the clean sheet. You know what I mean? He was really the 5th defender. So that's sometimes I was thinking about this actually just yesterday, like how we are defensively a bit and how pivotal Rice is defensively. And that's why I'm not too super worried that Partey's out, because we have the quality to fill that hole, right? And this is something we've talked about with recruitment, getting that second team that we consider, right? The subs have to be almost as good as the first team, right? Because we don't want that drop off. However, with that said, we really want to see Rice in the Xhaka position, right? We want to see Party as the CDM, and we want to see Rice as the box-to-box, because I think that's where his strengths are. And he's having to do a lot of that today, and a lot of that in every game. But again, I just think that he's still contributing to those clean sheets.
Yes. No, I agree with you. Yeah, good, really good to consider. I'm still giving. Yeah, I'm sticking with a 7. I'm sticking with a 7. He was above average.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But yeah, I'm really anxious to see how he does against City. Really anxious to see how he does against City.
Big game. Yeah.
Huge game. So if he's carrying a knock too, by the way, Arteta, I know you're watching. Do not play him against Lens. Do not play him.
Right.
They are dross. We should be able to go in there and win with the same freaking team we played against Brentford, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Martin Odegaard.
9.5.
Ooh. Man of the match for you?
Yep.
Oh. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm giving him a 10.
I know. I want to give anyone a 10. I
don't give anyone a 10?
Nah, it's Bournemouth. I'm going to give it 9.5. I'm going to stick with my 9.5. Looks like Sir Bartsy's giving a 9. Drew's giving him a 9. You're giving him a 10. Fair enough. I mean, he was absolutely phenomenal today. But again, because Bournemouth can't mark.
Yeah.
He needs space to move. If he gets Mark out of the game, we've seen it with Tottenham, and we kind of saw it with Brentford. I think he was a sub at Brentford, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
So fast and furious, I start to forget the lineups, right? Right, he was a sub, and he did okay against Brentford. But again, as you know, TJ, guys that follow him in the chat, he needs space to operate. He needs,
and if he gets marked,
he needs the 3-yard radius around him to look up, to get the ball on his left or right foot, to do the fancy passing, the flicks. But again, we need more from him in bigger games.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I can.
The fact today, he was phenomenal. He'll be phenomenal against Bournemouth, Luton, Everton, which he was really good against Everton in that 1-0 win. But I want to see him. Hey,
big up old school gunner, legend.
But I want to see him really put it on City next weekend.
No, I agree.
I want to see the Odegaard of last season. I really want to see him put it on. So I'm gonna give him a 9.5. He was phenomenal today, but obviously he had a lot of room to move and do what he does. So yeah.
I'm giving him a 10. I thought he was absolutely phenomenal. Best game of the season thus far for him. Again, yeah, it was Bournemouth, but incredible performance today. And then let's go into the forwards, and then we'll talk about the manager, and then we will head out of here. Gabriel Jesus.
He ran a lot today. Did well. I think he was there. I'll give him an 8.
Yeah, I was going to give him a 7.5. I thought he was very good moving up the pitch. Missed a couple of chances, and I think he knows he did too. But he set up a goal. Looked good. I mean, obviously he's not playing. He was brought in to play number 9, but he can play on the wing, and he's showing that he can play on the wing very well. Yeah. Again, considering the competition, and the fact that he didn't really finish. Like he wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, you're right. An 8's high. He's closer to a
7. I'm going 7.
Yeah.
You got Gabriel Jesus, so I think I still rate this guy.
I'll go 7 with you. In hindsight, yeah, I'm trying to think back. He had a couple good chances. He needs to be clinical. He should have been clinical against Tottenham. Maybe he's lacking confidence. Maybe he's injured. Maybe he's got a little nickel, a little nag in his leg or something. Who knows, right? Who knows what's going on? But yeah, I think in hindsight, he was closer to a 7 today. You're right.
Yeah. All right. Liverpool down to 10 men. Oh, did they get a red? No.
Curtis Jones, 26th minute.
Oh shit. Yeah. Now we get to hear. Now we get to hear about it.
Possession ball, but they're making nothing of it. They have 57% possession with 1 shot on goal. 1 shot, 0 on goal. Liverpool have 43% possession, 7 shots, and 2 on goal. So what's Ange ball? They're just going to hold it? I mean, they're not doing anything with it. One quarter, Liverpool has 3. They have 3 crosses, Liverpool have 2. They have 1 foul. Liverpool have 7. Liverpool pushing them around the park.
Yeah.
Well, Curtis Jones just pushed himself out to the locker room.
I'm going to turn that one off after we get done here. Let's go Eddie Nketiah.
2.
Yeah, I'm giving him a 3. He's fucking awful.
I'm on the way out. Not even close. Not even close. Not even close. I think there is rumors that we're looking at bidding him off to Brentford for cash and Tony. If that's the case, I would love it.
Yeah. I'm giving him a 3. He's fucking awful. He can't finish. We bring him in here to do a job and he can't finish. He can't score. This guy can't score against Bournemouth. I mean, there was one passage of play where he was good. He drew the penalty. But man, other than that, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything.
He can't stop himself. Like, he literally runs to the goalpost and then stops. And he just turns exactly, Barchi.
Yeah,
Barchi just stands there and turns. It's just like like I've said before, if you're a striker, you gotta move diagonally. You know, you see Saka here on the right. You move to the right. You pull a defender away. You give Saka some space to move. You know, you go if you're the middle guy and you got Jesus on the left or Martinelli, Trossard, whoever. You know, if you see something, make something happen, Eddie. Like, for example, my son plays basketball, right? Okay, he's 12. Right. So last season, you know, he's a winger, right? He's kind of a small forward, and he's got a great shot. So the coach says, okay, once the rebound does, just get up the floor, get to your spot, and get the shot when you get the ball, if you get the ball, right? But sometimes my son would stand in the corner and wait for the pass. Like, those who watch basketball know you have to be mobile. Like, you don't stand there, right? Yep. You don't stand there and go pass, right? Like, he's over that level of kitty basketball, right? You move to help the guy up top, or you move across the court to bring the other guy over, right? You crisscross underneath the basket, but you keep moving, or you make a cut in the middle. And that's the thing. I just gave 3 examples there of how to attack in basketball. Why does Eddie just run forward and stop? He just runs forward, TJ, and stops. He doesn't cut left. He doesn't cut right. He doesn't help his wingers at all. He doesn't hold up the ball. He can't shoot. It's done. It's done. After this game, you're right. Against Bournemouth, he should have bagged one today. He should just bag one today. It's done. It's done. I don't want to see it anymore.
He's done. Dal has spoken.
He's not a Premier League player.
Yep. Goonie has spoken. Everybody, make sure that you are smashing the likes up. Absolutely, Old School Gunner. Smash the likes, my friend. Yeah, we gotta get Old School Gunner on the show, man. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we're gonna make that happen.
Yeah, go subscribe everyone to Old School Gunner. He doesn't care about monetization. He doesn't care about the views. He cares about Arsenal Football Club and the product that we're putting out on the pitch.
Absolutely. Big up Old School Gunner every single time. All right. Last but not least, we got Bukayo Saka, who went off with a knock.
Right. Well, he got the goal. His movement was okay, right? There's times he just kind of
he just doesn't look comfortable. He just didn't look comfortable out there.
I'm gonna give him a 7 though, because he got the goal. Yeah. And he was trying to make things happen with one leg. Like hopping around on one leg, kicking the ball and not falling over. So I'll give him a 7. I mean, he's our star boy. He's still a phenomenal player, one of the best wingers in the league. His form has been in and out, but we know he's carrying some sort of injury. Drew said he looked off.
Yeah.
Barkley's a 7. I'm going to give him a 7 too. You know, he was at the right place at the right time for the goal, and that's the place Eddie should have been. In all real honesty, that's should have been Eddie's goal if he would have had the knowledge and the football IQ to be there, you know, essentially. So, but anyway, Saka got the goal, and he didn't do much else because he's pretty much injured.
Yep.
So, 7.
Yeah, I'm giving him a 7 too. Looked great. Just again, no, I'll go 7.5 because he even won one leg. He was skinning some people and he got the goal. So, you know, right place, right time. I just think he was kind of he's kind of rough. He's kind of rough. It's rough to watch him. So I don't want to see him play in France either. So
Yeah,
we'll see what happens, and hopefully he's not injured. So badly anyway, because we know he's injured, but hopefully he's not badly. Let's just go quickly through the subs. I'm Jorginho, you can't really even rate.
3.
3.
NA, no.
NA. I'm going NA for Jorginho. NA for Vieira. Yeah. Reese looked very good. I thought Reese looked good. I would give if I was going to rate him, I'd give him a 7. He looked good. Tomiyasu.
And to be honest, I was in and out of the last 10 minutes of that game watching the City Wolves game. So I didn't see much Tomiyasu. Jorginho, here to there, just solid, comfortable. Compared to what we saw against Spurs, my Nan is comfortable in that position.
Yeah. Against Bournemouth. Overall, I'm just gonna rate the subs. I think they performed. I'll just give them a 6.5. I think they were fine.
I'm going to go ahead and go with 4s. I'm just not convinced by any of those names you just mentioned. Yeah. I mean, if I was Arteta and I was ruthless, Edu, they would all be gone.
Yeah.
They would all be gone. Tomiyasu gone. Vieira gone. What's his name? Havertz, of course, gone. Eddie gone. Cedric. I mean, even all the subs would be gone except ESR.
Facts. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the manager. Rate Mikel Arteta, and then we are going to get out of here. What do you give Arteta for today?
I'm going to give him a 6 because he still has his head up Kai Havertz's German ass. But we got the 4 points today. Yeah. We got Anthony here, but I want to get Anthony on the show as well.
We got to get Anthony on. Yeah, no, Anthony, we're gonna talk fantasy, and you guys can make fun of me because I'm fucking awful at it.
I mean, the lineup was a 4, Barty, right? But he was kind of hamstrung in some ways. I think a 6 is fair because he still was able to put out a strong team, and that's kind of the team I thought we were going to put out. I know I wanted some different players in there, but he didn't really cock it up either. TJ, I mean, he subbed. His subs, I guess, at the right time was okay. We considered the score, the squad. I don't know, man. A 6.
Yeah, I'm going a 6. It would have been it's very close to being a 5 for me because he needs to start rotating these players in and out a little bit quicker. I think that leaving Saka on for as long as he did was a fucking travesty, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I would have given him a 7 or an 8 if he would have rotated the squad out because I thought the lineup was good, but I don't think you need to start Saka in a game like this, especially when he's carrying a knock. I keep saying this over and over and over again. We're going to keep playing this kid into the ground, and he's going to be done by the time he's 25. This is not how you treat a star right winger when you have bigger games than Bournemouth coming up.
Right.
He did not need to be on as long as he was.
This was a perfect game for Reece Nelson.
Agreed. And Reece Nelson looked comfortable when he came on too.
So. Yeah, he's not injured. He's ready to play. I mean, he signed the contract. He was out the door, and we talked him back in.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't make this stuff up, bro. It's like we're keeping players that want to leave. Like Emile Smith-Rowe almost went to Villa for 40 mil. Like, let him go. Yeah. Let him go. There are better players out there. Bring up Smith-Rowe, bring up Reece Nelson, hail in, lads, all that shit. But in the end of the day, it's really just not working out. And it's a sad thing because I think both are getting better, but I don't think they're going to go be superstars somewhere else. I think they're just above average players that in the Premier League, they're kind of just average. I mean, ESR, as much as we love him, hasn't really torn the grass up, unfortunately, but also that's because of lack of playing time.
I agree with you 100%. All right, guys, we're gonna start closing it out. Big win for Arsenal today, obviously.
Yes.
Collecting 3 points is all that matters. Here, you can only play who is put in front of you. Dow, final thoughts, my friend, and then let's get out of here.
Well, my day just got ruined with Sun scoring, making it 1-0 Spurs. But anyway, check me out on YouTube, Oregon Goon, Twitter, Oregon Goon HD. Big up to everyone in the chat. Great to see you. Thanks for coming by today. I know there's a lot of streams to watch, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. And my final thoughts on the game. It was a training match. We got the points, 4 goals, clean sheet. Fuck City. Let's go.
Yeah. Agreed. Oh, I'm so pissed. That John scored.
The game is not over.
No, it's not over. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. And let's be honest.
Yeah, Havertz is now world-class player after that 4-0 in his pen. So, you know, it's funny how you go from shit to world-class with a penalty, huh, old school?
Incredible. It's incredible. Sorry, I'm a little distracted because I'm setting up the redirect. So, guys, this video will redirect you over to Jez. So make sure that you are in there and drop Jez a comment. Go to Tony Cloud Gunner TV as well. He will be going live immediately after us as well. My final thoughts, another day at the office, 3 points. It's something that you expect from this club, especially if we're trying to compete at a high level, trying to be in a trophy race here. So yeah, let's go and we move on to Lawns and fuck City. Like, let's go and give them a game. That's what we want. Go and give them a game. If Wolves can beat them, anybody can beat them. So they are beatable, but I'm not going to get over gas.
I fully have been watching the Premier for so long now. Truly believe that on any given day, any team can beat any team.
Yep. Facts. I mean, it's professional football, guys. They are professionals. If anybody makes a mistake, it's going to get capitalized on. But yeah, absolutely, guys. Again, if you are new to the channel, make sure that you are subscribing. Make sure that you are smashing the likes. If you are watching it on playback and you think, yeah, TJ, you don't know ball, put it in the comments. Or say, hey, Dal, you definitely know ball. Put it in the comments. We always respond to comments. It's either myself or Dal. We are always responsive. So put what you thought in. Make sure you're smashing a like on the video. We're at 24 likes. Let's get that up to 30 before the end of the day. And until next time, guys, fuck Tottenham, fuck City.
There goes your 18 and under audience.
I know
basketball too. I do. I've coached basketball.
Yeah. Liverpool, there goes your under 18 audience. It's fine. Yeah. It's going to be okay. I don't think we'll survive. 4-0 to the Arsenal. We will see you next time.